Willie D Live.
What's up, family? Dr. Umar Johnson recently hopped on social media with a request. He needed his supporters to send him some money. According to the good doc, he was locked out of his bank accounts. He said that one of his buddies called him and asked for a few dollars, so he hopped online to check his balance, and he realized he could not access his accounts. And he said then he called the bank. That's where some people started to question his motives. I want you to check out the video, leave your comments, and I'll come back with mine.
This morning, I received a text message from one of my homies. He needed Dr. Umar to send him a couple of dollars. This morning, I received a text message from one of my homies. He needed Dr. Umar to send him a couple of dollars. I logged into my account just to check my balance because I haven't done so since I left for South Africa back on July 10th. Only to discover that I could not log into my account. So then I called the bank to find out what was going on. And the bank told me to enter my 16-digit card number. I did that. They told me they had no record of my account. The bank that I've been with since I was a teenager told me they had no record of my account. So then I called the bank. And the bank told me that my personal account, as well as the independent Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy account, have both been frozen. Both bank accounts have been frozen. And I was told that there is an investigation into my personal account as well as the school account. I asked them, was this due to suspicion of any fraud on my part? I was told that it was not due to suspicion of any fraud on my part, but I was told that it was due to suspicion of fraudulent activity. I was told that someone has been trying to gain access to my personal account and the FDMG account. I was told that someone has been trying to gain access to my personal account and the FDMG account. I was told that someone has been trying to gain access into my personal account and the FDMG account. Brothers and sisters, if you have sent a donation to FDMG, let's give it until the end of the month to see if this gets cleared up. They have given me no definitive timeline as to when their investigation will conclude. If you have sent a check or money order donation to FDMG, let's wait until August the 1st, Black August, and see if this situation has gotten cleared up. They told me they sent me a letter to this point on July the 10th, the day that I left for South Africa. I was told that the timeline of suspicious activity was June 25th to July the 10th. I was told that the timeline for suspicious activity was between June 25th, that's when Medea went public. Everybody knows who Medea is. July 25th, that's when Medea went public. July the 10th, that's when I left for South Africa. So y'all know my suspicion. I believe Medea and Pastor Bussy were fraudulently trying to get into my account. And if we find out that's the case, they will be sued and possibly arrested because fraudulent activity on a bank account is a federal offense. Fraudulent activity on a bank account is a federal offense. Again, June 25th to July 10th is the period of suspicious activity. That is from the time Medea went public and I left for South Africa. So brothers and sisters, if you want to make a donation to FDMG, you must send it to PayPal. Hold off on the checks and money orders until the situation is resolved. Hold off on all FDMG Academy money order and check donations until the situation is resolved. If you want to make a donation to FDMG, send it through PayPal. right? PayPal.me/FDMG Academy, PayPal.me/FDMG Academy, PayPal.me/FDMG Academy. If you want to make a donation to the school, hold off on checks and money orders until we find out what the hell is going on. The bank is investigating the fraudulent attempts on our account. If I find out Medea and Pastor Bussy had anything to do with this, I was told that they can be arrested for federal offense. I was told they can be arrested for federal offense. I was told they could be arrested for federal offense. Now, with that being said, brothers and sisters, Dr. Umar has access to no money right now because my personal account contains all of my money. I only send it to Apple Pay and PayPal as necessary. So the Prince of Pan-Africanism, for the first time in my life, is without any digital currency. So for my loyal supporters out there, if you can spare a few dollars so I can take care of Queen Mother Ifa Tunde and myself until my bank account is frozen or canceled so I can get my money back and open up a new account, please hit my Apple Pay or hit my PayPal. My personal PayPal account is Umar the Psychologist at yahoo.com. So that's paypal.me/Umar the Psychologist, paypal.me/Umar the Psychologist, paypal.me/UMARTHEPSYCHOLOGIST, paypal.me/Umar the Psychologist, or hit my Apple Pay using my cell number 215-989-9858, 215-989-9858. I've never asked the people for $1. I have never asked the people for $1 in my life. I have never asked the people for $1 in my life. I've only asked you to donate to the FDMG Academy for Boys. I don't have any sons. I have 2 daughters. So the FDMG campaign is a selfless project, mission, and service to provide our boys with the education that they deserve.
All right, fam, you heard it. Right from the horse's mouth. Give me a thumbs up if you believe the doc. Yeah, man, doc ain't got no reason to lie. Give me a thumbs up. Thumbs down if you say, nah, man, something don't sound right. Something don't sound right. I'll give you a few moments to think about it. Okay, time's up. My thoughts. A number of people had a problem with the phone calls he said that he made to the bank. The doc said he called the bank and they told him to input his 16-digit code, and they told him that they had no record of his bank account. Then he says, so then I called the bank, and they told me that my personal account, as well as the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy account, had been frozen due to fraudulent activity. He said the bank told him that somebody had been trying to access his bank accounts. So they froze him. Now, I'm going to give the doc the benefit of the doubt that what he really meant was, and so I called the bank a second time. And then, they told me this information. Because, this type of stuff do happen, family. I can't act like it don't ever happen. This type of stuff do happen. So I'm giving the doc the benefit of doubt. Even though some of you may want me to, I'm not going to kick the man while he's down. Whatever the truth is, it will be revealed one way or the other. So without knowing definitively what that truth is, I'd rather err on the side of positivity than negativity. One of the biggest reasons I'm giving the doc the benefit of doubt is this type of thing, if it's found to be untrue, I'm sure the doc is smart enough to know that the truth will come to light. The truth will come to light. Now, he didn't name the bank, so that's one thing that might prevent somebody from coming forward and confirming or denying. I do believe that because some people doubt his story, I think the doc should contact his bank and say, hey, can y'all send me a letter confirming? Or maybe Well, actually, there is a letter because they send you a letter in the mail, but he can also request a letter to be emailed. He can also, even if it's not a letter, it can be a message. He can request a message, or in your notifications in your bank app on your account. There's a message right there that tells you the status of your fraud, of any type of fraudulent activity that's going on in your account. Now, I'm not sure if you can access it if your accounts are frozen. I'm not really sure if you can access it. But one thing that can be done, you can actually go to the bank and get some type of proof that your accounts have been frozen. So if I was the doc and I found myself in that position, that's what I would do. But, even if I found myself in that position, I wouldn't ask people for no money because I already know they're gonna clown me, But I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't have to do that because, I have multiple bank accounts just in case something like this happens. This type of stuff does happen from time to time for various reasons. So you don't want all your money to be in one place. It's old saying, you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket. So I never have all my eggs in one basket because I've been there in that type of situation before where my bank accounts were frozen and I had to go to, other areas to get my money so that I could keep on living. But let that be a warning, fam. Make sure you diversify. Keep your money in multiple places, not just one place, because if something go down, even a hack, anything can happen. But something go down, all your money stuck in that one account for whatever reason, or that money get drained out of that account, you stuck. You stuck like Chuck. And you don't want to be put in that position. But what say you, fam? Drop a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. No more talk.